Welcome back to my channel. I am Broker Danny. Today's topic is, what does a lender look for whenever they send me out to do an interior valuation of a property, a broker price opinion? Well, I always get this question asked by homeowners. Danny, what do you look for when you come in and take pictures of my property or do my inspection? Well, first thing first is I become the lender's eyes and ears, and of course the valuation company's eyes and ears. So they want to see the condition of the property because, of course, when we're doing, say, for example, I do a lot of PMI removal inspections. So the value of the property has to be higher since they purchased it. So they want to make sure their equity has grown. So what am I going to do when I get back to the office? All my comparables are going to be high comparables. I'm going to choose nothing but upgraded homes. So if I'm going to choose nothing but upgraded homes, that means it has to match the subject property's condition. Now, I'm not saying fully upgraded. It could be at least semi-upgraded, maybe new kitchen, new flooring, or some paint, new kitchen, little details like that. Also, what they look for is they look for the location. Where does the property backing? Is it behind a railroad track? Is it behind a school? Is it facing a school? Is it facing the railroad tracks or a busy street? You're looking at noise nuisance. Is it next to apartment buildings? Is it next to commercial buildings? So all that information, I have to write it down because to them it becomes more of a negative than a positive. You understand? So they have to make sure the location matches the same as the comparables, because, for example, if the property is in a busy street, I have to look for properties comparables that are in busy streets. So we could look at the value of that property, how much is sold compared to where the subject property. And also, if say for example the subject property hasn't been upgraded, maybe it's a little fixer upper or anything. So I have to look for comparables that match that condition. For example, if the person hasn't upgraded the property, then I have to find comparables that haven't been upgraded. That becomes a little tough of a job because, you got to read through every property and make sure nothing's upgraded. Do if for any reason I cannot find anything on that type of condition, then I have to use whatever I find and then do some deductions, adjustments, in other words, for the condition. And of course, if I can't find location, properties that are located in the same where the property is located, then I have to adjust some locations on that also. Conditions and locations. So I do have my job it gets a little difficult when it comes to that, but I always manage to find comparables. And if not, then of course I do the adjustments for them. But that's what I look for whenever I go. I make sure that I take good pictures. I take good pictures like that. The lender could see, the lender and the valuation company could see the property correctly and actually determine, because they will see these pictures and they will determine whatever I give them. They will determine, hey, they'll know how the condition is just by my pictures. So I make sure I give them good pictures like that. They could actually create their own story of the property, of the subject property. So that's what I look for whenever I go, and that's what the lender looks for, because it has to match all the comparables that we're going to be using, high comparables, because of course the owner wants, say for example, the PMI remove, they want to make sure their equity has grown, so we're going to find the highest comps. And of course, if the property is a fixer upper, then I have to match that condition to comparables, and if not, I'll do deductions, negative deductions for it. So that's what I look for whenever I do a broker price opinion. Thank you so much. Stay tuned for another video. Subscribe and follow. I am Broker Danny. Thank you.